I am Ricardo Llorca. I am the composer of Las Horas Vacías, and we are in St. Petersburg. And in the cast, we have Rosa Betancourt, who is one of the best singers right now. We have Rosa Torres Pardo, who is the main piano player in Spain. And we have an amazing orchestra, an amazing choir, all conducted by Alexis Soriano.
I've known Ricardo Llorca since many years. I asked him if it would be interesting for him to show the opera in Russia. So for me, I was absolutely seduced by the opera, and that's why we decided to try to do it, and thanks to New York Opera Society, we are showing it tomorrow.
Based in real life, is based in something that really happened many years ago, 15 years ago, or more than that, in the village. It was a lady, to make the story short, it was a lady that every Friday night, she was my neighbor, and she would have an imaginary guest every Friday night with whom she would have dinner, drink, dance, and even make love at the end. And she would repeat this routine every Friday night. And after a year, listening to her every Friday night, doing the same routine, some of the neighbors called the police because she was being very loud. And when the police got there, they realized that she was there by herself. Some years after that, when I began thinking about composing an opera, I thought that since that story transposed 10 years later, when the internet was already there, you know, and instead of a lady talking to an imaginary guest, a lady talking to someone in the internet that could be imaginary or not, you don't really know if she's talking to anybody or not, and you don't care. She's basically the whole time she's talking to herself. When the police showed up there in the village and she opened the door, she said, "Everything's all right, todo va bien, nothing to be worried about." And she was right. What I have used is this todo va bien as the leitmotif for the opera. And I have the choir there saying in the background, todo va bien, everything's all right. And what I have done musically, not only in todo va bien, but in other parts of the opera, I have been trying to recreate Spanish Renaissance music, which is a contrast, you know, a contrast between the libretto that it tries to be very modern, the internet, and contemporary relationships, against a musical background that is more based in Renaissance and modal and medieval music.
The story of this opera is a very powerful story, because it's speaking about something we all know very well, which is loneliness, something we are very afraid of. And it's very well represented by this music. piano part is marking the time, the hours, the seconds. From the beginning to the end, there is this mark, permanent mark.
And always there, in a high register of the piano, trying all the time to imitate a clock, a wall clock, and always reminding her that time is passing by.
I think loneliness is a main worry of humanity since always, because we are condemned to be alone in the moment of our death.
In this time we are living, that we are very, very surrounded by the new technology. We are connected permanently with other people, but we are alone.
One needs to hear somebody is on the other side, no, somebody, and human voice is always so important to calm some human spirit. And you can have the human voice through internet, although it's a machine, but you can hear, you can see some person, and that gives you comfort. I think the opera is about that mainly.
Здесь никому, кроме нас, нет места. Здесь ни окон, ни дверей. Мы запрем здесь слова, и им будет улететь. Они не доберутся до недостойных ушей. Здесь я хочу быть просто сама собой. Здесь я могу про все забыть. Про работу, про семью, про людей, про все. Знаешь, кроме тебя у меня никого нет.
There is only one character, one woman, but since the singing parts are so difficult, I decided to split and have the spoken parts done by an actress. But both the actress and the soprano are the same character. Text-wise, the soprano, when she sings, she's using a very metaphoric language or very poetic language somehow. But when the actress speaks, she's using a very prosaic, day-to-day language, you know, the things we say when we are in the internet. Because I wanted to do a contrast between the singing parts that are poetic somehow and the spoken parts that are day-to-day language, normal life language.
We know.